It's live on KEXP. I'm your host, Abbie, and thanks so much for joining me from listener-powered KEXP 90.3 FM in Seattle, now in the Bay Area at 92.7, and all around the world streaming at kexp.org. Thank you so much for making these sessions possible, and a huge welcome to Chelsea Wolfe for being in the studio today. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me back.
Awesome, and take it away whenever you're ready. You're watching Chelsea Wolfe live on KEXP.
But I was lost. I was lost. Where we split, a spleen tearing the skin. Lantern lit, only Wednesday. ghosts you see. I thought I had to swallow them before they swallowed me. But you only know the live pen. I've shed 1,000 skins since then. A curse upon the monster of war does not define me anymore.
Chelsea Wolfe live on KEXP, performing songs from her new record, She Reaches Out To, She Reaches Out To She. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Abbie. It's nice to see you again.
It's so good to see you again. Back in 2017, we had His Fun and this amazing record. And y'all, that was so phenomenal. I have goosebumps over here, not gonna lie. And I just love the title of this album. Like, I like how it has this kind of repetitive, like, cyclical process to it. And I'm wondering, how does that apply to this record?
Yeah, She Reaches Out To She, Reaches Out To She is kind of about the past self reaching out to the current self, reaching out to the future self, and so on and so forth. And I am a cyclical being, and I follow the cycles of the seasons and the cycles of the moon. So I just kind of loved that literal representation of it, and that it could graphically be written in like an infinite loop as well.
Yeah, and I love how it is just emulated throughout this record. And how do you prepare to, write this album? How do you prepare yourself creatively?
Well, this album took quite a while. I'm like, where do I start? Yeah, I mean, we started writing ideas in 2020, maybe even sooner. And then I got sober from alcohol in January 2021. And I think that's, for me, when the songs started to really come together. And I think sobriety was kind of the key that unlocked the album for me, because I suddenly knew what to write about. And there were things that were compartmentalized within me that were becoming uncompartmentalized, and doors were opening, and I was just seeing things really clearly. So, I was just channeling that every day into the songs. And so as I was learning and growing and getting new clarity, I was just, finding it really enjoyable to put that into these songs and, eventually share it with other people. Yeah.
And I'm so happy you've been able to share this with us. Like, each song, it feels like a new transition, like, as you say, with the seasons and the moon, and, ultimately kind of a healing process for you. And, how did that affect the making of this as well?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, there was a new clarity for me, and I suddenly found myself really open to the new. And at the same time, I kind of found myself in a sort of void space, a liminal space, a very in-between place in my life. And so the album kind of exists in that place as well. And, there's a song on the record called The Liminal, and I think that that's kind of a main character of this record is like the void and the liminal, and kind of learning to be okay with that, even though it's really uncomfortable to be in that in-between space. And like, that you can't go back to your old life, but you don't quite know what's next, So yeah, this album's a lot about kind of embracing that part of the journey, like the underworld journey of just being in the dark, and like you can see the tunnel lights, but you're not quite there yet.
Yeah, sitting with the uncomfortable is probably the hardest thing that any of us will do. And I love how that resonates throughout this record. And with those transitions, I know when you went in to go record and produce collaboratively with Dave Siddick of TV on the Radio, like, did you have any goals in mind to highlight those transitions in your music? Or what goals did you have going in when recording?
I was excited about working with Dave Siddick because his studio was so different from anything that I had in my home studio or anything that I'd done really before. A lot of analog synths and modular synths. And a big theme for the album is transformation. And I think that there was a really literal representation of that in Dave Siddick's studio, where a guitar part or a vocal part was ran through this like wall of modular synthesizers and came out the other side as something totally new. And yeah, I kind of loved that transformation process of the songs, and we sat with the demos for so long, and so I was kind of ready for a change, I think, once we got into the studio with him.
Yeah, I love in Tunnel Lights, there's this kind of trip-hop wall that blasts through that. Is there something, when you perform that live, is there anything like different that you need to do, or like how does it go from the recorded to the live?
In Tunnel Lights?
Yeah.
Well, there's some stuff that we are doing like sample wise through the MIDI, and then also there was this instrument called the pulsar that became kind of like a big touchstone on this record. So Ben got one of those and is using that to perform live as well. So some of it is like MIDI samples, and then some of it is like bringing that actual sound from the studio to life in the live setting.
That's cool. And I like the name Pulsar. It's very, very spacey. I'm here for it.
Yeah, it's this company Soma. They make a lot of cool stuff.
That's awesome. And also, I love that this record was also kind of complemented by a tarot deck that you made yourself, like online. I was wondering, where can folks find that?
Yeah, it's an oracle deck with 10 cards, and each card corresponds to a song from the album.
I love it.
It's been part of like... if you order a certain color of vinyl, I think like the silver one is available, you get the oracle deck, and then hopefully at some point we can sell them separately. Like on tour right now, we have them on the merch table to buy as an individual item. Yeah.
Perfect. I'm grabbing mine tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
I'm excited for those.
Yeah, that was really fun to put together.
Yeah. Have you put what went into putting something like that together and having it? Was it complete representative of the record, or what goes into that?
Yeah, I mean, I'd done a lot of writing about each song and like what it meant to me and kind of like where it was at in this sort of underworld journey vision that I had for the record. And so when it came time to do the cards, it was relatively easy to kind of pull like little lines and things from what I had written, and then sort of intuitively give a meaning to each card. And then the art director / graphic designer that we worked with for all the album artwork, Christopher Leckie, just did such a great job at taking the symbols and ideas that I had and making each card like its own oracle and its own like iconography and symbology that really reflects the nature of each song and its meaning.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I looked online and I'm like, oh, this. I love when a visual can complement sonic.
Yeah, it was a really special thing.
So special. I love that. And also, aside from this record, you also have been making music for my favorite horror trilogy right now, directed by Ty West. I've seen you've written music with X and soon to be released Maxine, which I'm so stoked for. So, what is it like crafting music for film versus a full record?
Yeah, it was a really interesting new process. Tyler Bates invited Ben and myself to work on the X score. My main job was to basically give vocals and vocalization themes to the two main characters of that film. And Yeah, I was having a lot of fun really pulling new sounds out of myself. And, once again, I was working on this stuff as a newly sober person. So it was kind of fun to try to tap into that same headspace and letting go of inhibitions. And it was also really interesting to get assignments. I'm so self-led in everything that I do musically. So it was kind of nice to have these sort of assignments of like different sounds and different themes to create for the film. Yeah.
What was the most challenging assignment you got?
Probably making like laughter and like sexual sounds. It was really vulnerable, but it was also kind of fun and like freeing once I sent that off and like got over my embarrassment about it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's more liminal space there, just sitting with that. But that's fun. I'm excited to hear more on the new movie.
Yeah, for sure.
Awesome. Thank you so much, all of you, for being here. This session, phenomenal as always.
Thank you.
So excited to have you here today.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you. And this has been Chelsea Wolfe live on KEXP, here where the music matters. And thank you so much for making these sessions possible and for watching today. And if you want to make, if you want to support these amazing sessions, keep them going, you can join and be a part of our YouTube channel membership. Just click that join button, or you can make a donation now at kexp.org.
Discover new music at listener-powered KEXP.org.